Yo, Goldie, when are you gonna come back, man? I told you not to call me that, man. Well, I heard that you want that rematch against Undertaker. You gonna do it? I don't know. Let me think about it. Hey, it's Wrestling Hero Fags. That's what they're telling us. Goldberg wants to make his return, not just right here in Elite Series 74, but also back to the ring. Really hope it doesn't, man. Just hang up those boots, bring that belt, introduce it to the current roster, and be like, yo, I might not bring myself back into the ring, but at least Ringside Collectible can help you out right here, and we will review both of them, as well as the rest of the full series, which is Finn Balor, AJ Styles, and Natty, as well as Lince Dorado, the Chase, as well as the original right here. NXT champion with the gold, and as you saw in the beginning of the video, there has been a figure, a Ringside exclusive release prior to this. We did end up picking this up about a few months back using discount code HERO. Hit that link, man. If you want the yellow, if you want those masks, you gotta make it happen, man. You gotta, before Goldberg decides to say, yo, Hero Face, why are you bashing on me for coming back? Well, here's the thing, man. You go back, you watch that match. Sure, a good percentage would agree with me that nobody wants to see that. I'm sure there's still a good handful of Legends fans would like to. I mean, maybe if it's not in Saudi Arabia with 110 plus degrees, maybe then, you know, in some nice AC, he might perform better. But today, it don't matter about that because we are getting, yes, this scan right here. We did get an additional accessory piece with the Selena Vega battle pack, but that one you had to put over. It was kind of big. This one, you swap it out, man. You interchange it. You got the ears. Let's cover the accessories because we are getting 3 in all. Well, if you do include the interchangeable hands, you're getting about 5, but you're getting 2 open hands. We're getting 2 closed fists. And then this one he holds in his hand like he had just taken it off. I want to show you guys both of these right here prior to putting it on the figure. So it is captured very similar, as you can see on both of them, like the look of it all, like the eyes, like the whole design around the forehead and cheek area, like it's identical, but obviously this is going to be crunched down because he's kind of like gripping it with his hand. This is obviously the handle part, and it should slip in and right on, not necessarily in these hands because these are the closed fists, but the ones that are actually on the figure right here, you'll see what I'm talking about. This head scan, I want to pop this one onto this. That way you can get a good idea of what it all looks like together right there. It's technically considered like 6 in all. Getting ahead of myself, I'm just overly excited for this figure. Not necessarily the torso, because we did talk about this, how they kind of like, they took some really nice steps forward, like getting the height accuracy. If you do a side-by-side height comparison, you can see that they scaled it up prior to like the one that we got right here with the exclusive. So he's a little bit taller. This is the correct height, man. I do like the longer legs on this one, but the torso choice, I know a lot of people had a lot of issues with this one, which is kind of like the Sin Cara torso being loose. Like mine, I never had that problem. Like I have a nice tight torso on mine, so I'm not sure if that's the reason why they took the approach. I guess if you're displaying it right here with the jacket, it shouldn't make all that much of a difference, but if you do take it off and you do throw them into some in-ring competition, you might have some arguments with that, and we will address it. I do want to torso crack this. Let's show you the jacket right here. You're getting some black accents on around the sleeve area right here, as well as up front. Not much going on in the back. It is a nice, bright, shiny yellow, which kind of does tie in right here with the rest of the tights. Once you do remove it and you interchange the head right here, I don't want to get into too much detail with the scan itself because the similarities right there, they are identical. There is nothing different that's standing out from the prior release. We're getting the same man bun, same full-on beard, but it's going to be this head scan right here. Well, the mask, actually, we can't call it a head scan, but the actual mask that's going to make this figure be distinguished right here in your Andrade army display. And it's already happening, dude. You think about all the ones we've gotten in the NXT TakeOver Basic, Elite. Well, actually, it was supposed to be Elite, but then they dropped the ball, so Ringside Collectibles ended up picking it up. You guys see this? I want to show you the differences, as well as the similarities, all at the same time. For the torso, This is kind of like the look that I pick up when I see the man step into the ring. This is kind of like, he kind of gave up. He's like, I've been thrown into the pre-show. Not only was I thrown into the pre-show, but I also took the loss. But here's the thing, man. We're not talking about his career. We are talking about this brand new scan, dude. Yes, on the back, we're getting all that nice stitch work coming through. We're getting kind of, like I said, all the same style that we're seeing right here. Obviously, if you do plan on displaying it right here with the actual mask of it at all. You're not going to be holding this. This is only if he has this head scan on, because it then wouldn't make sense. If you had like two masks like coming out, like sure, you can have options, like maybe one is too wrinkly. Obviously this one will be, but what I'm trying to tell you is that you want to display this right here, you just slip it in right here into the handle, and you should be able to hold it right there with no issues. There you go. So he's coming down the rampway. He's like, all right, should I wrestle with my mask? Should I do it without? I think you should put it back on, dude. A lot of people are a big fan, I personally, of the masked luchador. So I say you bring it back. You only mainly wore it down in NXT as well as prior to WWE, but I think it would be a nice little extra if he is trying to bring a spark, because the whole thing with him and Selena Vega, it sounds like that's pretty much it. As far as the overall ranking, I'm giving him a solid 8.5, and the 1 and the 0.5 is all coming from the choice of the torso. Again, it's going to be the jacket. You're going to want to have this on there. I think it'll look just so much better. You won't be able to tell the difference, but if you do, like I said, if you like playing with your figures, if you like doing all those acrobatic moves that he loves to do, this is going to be the torso of choice. Not the one that's been all loose, but maybe like going back to the whole Sin Cara, even though it's the exact same torso. I'm just throwing out some ideas so Goldberg don't get mad at me for romping and chomping on his return. Goldberg, I mean it all in the right way. We all have that time that we gotta hang up the boots, man. But today, apparently for Goldberg, it's not the day. I think what it is, you guys, it's the whole feedback that he had gotten, because the feedback was not good. I mean, even himself, he knew it. He had to talk about it. He says, look, my Undertaker, or the match between me and Undertaker, wasn't grand. It wasn't spectacular. So bring it right here with the older version, because this is kind of what it's based on. This is more like Ruthless Aggression, the split trunks. We're getting, are these slightly open? They are. We're getting 2 slight open fists, and then we're getting 2 wider opens on the actual figure of it all. So we still have yet to get the full-on MMA gloves where it's like a full-on closed fist to throw down the punches. I think Undertaker might have had it, but I know a lot of people were curious if that was going to be a thing right here. The World Heavyweight title right here, I think, could be wrong, but the last time we saw the release right here, at least one of 2, was that Defining Moments with Chris Jericho, the one that came with this one, as well as like the Attitude Era belt right here. Love this belt. One of the top 5 belts for sure. Not necessarily, well, even in figure display collection, but I'm talking about like in WWE history. Very clean looking plates in the scan too. But I gotta say, I am a fan of the screaming scan that we're seeing right here with the brand new one. I think the expression, like the last one, yeah, he was angry. He was upset that he was getting romped by the WWE universe about him and Undertaker. But this, man, like, I'm a man of expression. I like having all kinds of looks on my figures. It just really distinguishes one from the other. And this one was captured great. Look at that tongue. You guys see all that gum work in there? Like, the true FX is one thing, but when you do like a screaming look right here on the brand new look of it all, it just brings it one up from what we saw in the prior release. Now, the torso, this is identical from not only this one, which is like the Raw Ring exclusive Goldberg figure, but also that entrance grates. They never changed up the torso, which is very similar right here to something that we saw with like Triple H, the rip style, the big old chest. There are other alternate options, but I feel like Mattel felt pretty safe with taking this approach. And I can't disagree with it. I like younger Goldberg, older Goldberg. The man has always looked solid, man. The chest hair, the stomach hair, that's kind of what's bringing this figure together, along with the tattoo work right there on the inside of the bicep. Of course, on the shoulder right there, we're getting that tattoo that I think just about every dude between the age of 18 and 25 had gotten. Like, seriously, like my friends' older brothers, they were all rocking this. Some of them wore it on the shoulder. Some of them changed it up by putting it up on the forearm or bicep area. But that look right here, it was replicated quite a bit. And I feel like once that era had died down, everybody ended up masking it with something else. Not the trunks. Here's the thing about the trunks. This one right here, yes, all right, it's coming a little bit lower. Earlier WCW days, it stopped right there on the hip area. But the difference between the two is that, yes, the combination of the black and the white, as like right here on the older one, we're getting the same kind of look. But on this one, we're getting like the division right down the middle, and then it's kind of on the back, very similar. The same tattoo work that we saw right up here on the shoulder, we're getting it on the back of the trunks. Knee pads, we're getting the smaller ones, and the legs, all identical to the prior release Goldberg right here. So again, a lot of similarities. I didn't take any points away when we saw this. As a matter of fact, since this one does, I feel like this one has the better skin out of the two. He's going to go up at least up a notch. So I'm going to give him a 10.5. As far as the rest of the figures, you know we're going to put them up on the channel, dude. We got to do it, man. AJ Styles wants to come and hang out. The first time right here for Dorado. It's got to happen. The Natty, potentially the best one out of all the Natalia figures that we've gotten. We're all going to get it up, man. Again, if you are new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. I want to thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.